Bonsoir. Alors on se retrouve pour un petit live ce soir sur Genshin Impact. Voilà. Le live il est ce soir parce que je n'ai pas pu le faire mercredi à cause d'une coupure internet. Voilà, génial. Hein, mercredi je n'avais plus internet donc... Donc je n'ai pas pu faire le live et comme je l'ai récupéré très récemment internet, je rattrape mon retard. Et j'ai de la chance. L'événement n'est toujours pas parti, donc on peut le terminer ce soir. Du coup, normalement on devait le terminer mercredi, mais voilà, à cause de cette coupure internet, on l'a pas pu faire. Voilà. Et du coup, à cause de cette coupure internet, j'ai dû sortir une vidéo sur Tomb Raider au lieu de faire un live. Voilà, j'adore. Oui, parce que normalement j'étais censé faire le live le lundi après-midi sur Tomb Raider, sauf que le problème c'est que j'étais pas disponible le samedi. Donc je comptais le faire lundi, mais la coupure d'électricité a eu lieu lundi. Voilà. Bon, c'est de l'histoire passée, j'ai récupéré la fibre, voilà, parce que bon, faire des lives sur la 4G, bof. C'est pas déjà jouer à Genshin sur la 4G, c'est pas ouf, alors faire des lives encore moins. Voilà. Donc c'est parti. On va tout de suite continuer. Enfin, continuer, finir la quête, voilà, on va faire la dernière partie. Et on va finir tous les mini-jeux. Hop, Sumeru, c'est ici. Et bien c'est parti.
Are we getting close? Which way should we go now? We just need to head a short way towards the desert. It's not far.
Ah oui, et pour rappel, il y a un tournoi de cartes dans chaque région. Et à chaque tournoi de cartes, t'as un mec bizarre qui achète des cartes. C'est des dos de cartes bizarres et on a appris que c'était peut-être une organisation pour trouver un trésor ou un truc de genre, donc on cherche. Voilà. Et puis apparemment le chef serait à Sumeru, donc voilà.
Good to see you. Headed to Caravan Rebot?
Remember, Paimon? We can't just disclose a customer's information. Huh? Oh, don't worry. This is Sumeru's General Mahamatra Sino. He's the leader of the Matra, and wow! How do you know so many powerful people? You better get used to it, Kirara. You wouldn't believe the people I've met since I started traveling with them. Do you have some time now, Sino? Or do you need to go participate in the Genius Invocation
Tournament?
Really? Then how did you do?
I am now the official king of invocations.
Ouais, bravo.
I used Forbidden Hand at the opportune moment and drew.
Wait, let Paimon catch you up on what's happening. Paimon's parched now.
I can accompany you. As Paimon said, it's my duty to uphold.
What do you think, Kirara?
Par contre, habillés comme ça dans le désert, ils ont pas un peu chaud. Kirara ça va, mais genre notre personnage, l'autre la meuf de Fontaine, j'ai plus son nom. Parce que chez nous, hein, il fait à peine chaud, on n'en peut déjà plus. Hein. Mais c'est vrai qu'aujourd'hui il fait une chaleur horrible.
But if we're too far away, we won't be able to hear anything you're saying. How will we know if you're in trouble? Not a problem. You can just watch my tails. Your tails? You mean... Of course, both of them. I'll come up with a way to have the customer confirm the contents of the package. If they turn out to be just an ordinary customer and the package doesn't contain the card backs, then I'll lower both of my tails. That'll mean you can just stay hidden. But if they turn out to be the thieves we're after, then I'll...
Lay down.
Huh? Why would she do that?
It'd be a signal that we need to lay down the law.
Oh mon dieu.
No way! on the ground? That would be way too embarrassing. Besides, don't you think that would look
You think so? Then maybe you can use your tails to pound your...
And why would she do that?
Simple. It'd be signal that she had found the backs we're looking for.
Oh là là, mais sinon, mais chut.
Oh, this is the first time I've met someone as creative with their words as I am. Have you ever considered a career in writing news headlines, Sino? Oh no, don't enable him! Okay, if we keep standing around talking like this, the packages go. Listen to me. If they're thieves, I'll lift one tail up and keep the other one down. If you see that, then you can come round them up.
You're not going to lay down?
No, I'm not laying down!
Ah là là. Sinon il c'est blague de merde, hein, toujours. Oh, il faut aller où? Ici. Allons-y.
We're in the middle of nowhere, though. Are you sure this is the right place, Kirara? Let's see. The address is approximately 100 paces down the road from Caravan Reebot towards the desert, near the first flaming flower. That's the most suspicious address Paimon's ever heard.
Bon, désolé si vous entendez les oiseaux, mais il fait tellement chaud que j'aurais laissé les fenêtres ouvertes.
Flaming flower. Huh? There aren't any houses around here. Maybe the recipient planned on coming here to personally receive the package. We're still a little early. And remember, watch my tails for the signal.
We'll hide here. This spot is hidden, but with a clear view.
I'm unsure this recipient's up to no good. Who'd pick up a package?
I agree, but for the sake of her company's reputation, we'll let her tell us what to do. What? As in her tails?
Yeah, we get it. Hey, look! Someone's coming.
You from Komoni Express?
That's right. You must be Mr. Dada Baba?
Where's the package?
Yes. This is your package. Here you go. I recommend that you open it and confirm the contents. I've been running to many places the past few days through all sorts of weather. The contents...
No need. You haven't opened it to see what's inside, have you?
Of course not. That would be against our company policy. But if the contents are valuable, I would still recommend checking them first. If anything turns out to be damaged...
I said no need, didn't I? Why are you so persistent?
You know, boss, this little lady's out here all on her own.
We could use that to our advantage, you know.
Hey, you. Are you the only one?
Yes, that's right. I wouldn't bring a bunch of people... I'm no good at lying. Look! She's giving a signal! But, wait. Paimon doesn't recognize that signal. I nearly forgot. This just happens to be my what. If you could let me know what I delivered, it would mean a lot to me. Her tails are moving all over the place. Does she need us to step in or not?
Her tails keep moving and intertwining. They keep pointing. Maybe she's trying to say that she mixed up...
Seriously? There's no way anyone could get all that just...
Something's not right. I can feel it. And you seem real
no, that's just part of my job. We always...
Come on, boss. Enough talk.
Yeah, nobody will ever know anything happened way out here.
Then do you have a moment to leave a 5-star review?
Sure. I'll leave a 5-star.
Ah! They got a knife! Forget the signals!
Ouais, ils ont un couteau, on va oublier les signaux. On va aller la sauver. Oui, bah Paimon, très réactif. Hein. Et
Boss,
ouais, c'est
she's
moi.
got backup.
What are you afraid of? Get him!
Et ouais, l'intérêt à courir, à te cacher. Sino est dans la place.
Huh? Wait, that's Sino!
Sino?
Ah, du coup, on joue Kirara.
Emerge. Right now.
Oh là, c'était rapide. Hein.
Kirara, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Had I known you...
Too late for that. And I don't want to hear any whining from you two.
Yes. Chris,
General Mahamatra, I don't want to go to prison. Can't you just let us...
That depends on how honest you are.
We'll tell you everything.
Avec les particules derrière qui n'ont pas été récupérées.
What's inside the package?
Card backs. Genius Invocation TCG card backs that we collected from different nations.
Are they the kind with a treasure chest design on them?
Yeah, that's right. Wait, how'd you know that? We're just a group of treasure hoarders.
Some hoarders were getting fed up recently with just stealing small stuff.
Go on.
They wanted to pull off something big. You know, not just in one nation.
All across to that?
Yeah, we were planning to steal prized treasures from different nations all at the same time. After pulling off a job like that, everyone would recognize us treasure hoarders as the most powerful organization across the world. But, seems like that's not gonna happen.
So what does any of that have to do with the...
Well, the problem was we didn't know how to communicate our master plan to all the... But with how popular Genius Invocation TCG has become recently, somebody suddenly came up with the idea to use cards as...
So you were the ones who printed these
Yeah, because every treasure hoarder knows what to do once they see a treasure. First you bury it so no one else can take it, then just add a little bit of...
Hey, shut it!
It appears you consider this ridiculous plan of yours more...
No. All you need to do is cover it with some wet dirt or sand, then wipe it off after. And it'll look like this.
My fellow hoarders, this is the big job we've all been waiting for. Take up your dagger. Oh, and for those of you without some... Seriously? That's all...
Hey, what do you mean, waste? That message will mobilize the
He's right. The time and the other details.
That Paimon. Oh, Objectively speaking, it's definitely a creative but then why were you trying to retrieve these card backs?
It's all because some fellow hoarders got addicted to Genius and all they needed to do was stick to the plan. But they couldn't help themselves and started playing the game. Not only that, they were even using our card backs and showing... That wasn't the worst of it. Some of them ended up losing our card backs to other players.
Ah, you were afraid that your plans would be exposed, so you dispatched members to quickly retrieve the card backs that had been...
Not just the ones on the markets. We collected all our treasure chest card backs and we had them shipped back. We feared that our plans had already been discovered, so we were preparing to print another set of card backs. They would indicate a different time to initiate, but to take every precaution, we raised funding for everyone to send us the backs via Komini Express. That way, we could guarantee the card backs would arrive safely and on time.
Huh? Oh, thanks for... So the senders would stay at their original location to ensure that the operation could continue. Now that I think about it, that must be why the treasure hoarders came after the person who sold the card back in Mondstadt. Oh, right! It's no wonder we were running into the treasure hoarders left and right.
There, I told you everything I know. Hopefully that will help us make up for our mistakes.
You'll each receive your due punishment.
D'accord. D'accord.
I've taken care of the criminals for now. I'll be escorting them back to Sumi. I was only fulfilling my duty. You all did well.
Sino seems like a completely different person when he's...
All right. Goodbye for now.
Oh, wait! the champion of the Sumeru Regional Tournament.
All right, go ahead.
Tell me, Mr. Sino, what were your thoughts about the tournament? And did you have anything to say about the treasure hoarder?
Genius Invocation TCG is a very good game. But to me, it's not just a game. I hope everyone can have the chance to experience the fun of playing this.
Great answer. That'll be a perfect end.
Therefore, I assure you that I will personally bring judgment to any criminals out there with the delusions of desecrating this game with their evil plans. No matter where you run or where you hide.
Oh, I see. Let's stay calm. No need to get worked up. Now let me think. Not so genius thieves behind mysterious treasure chest card.
Got decked?
Yes, that'll work nicely.
These two make quite the team when it comes.
If that's all, then I should.
Allez, maintenant Sino devient
I'll inform
journaliste.
the other areas not to be gamed by these thieving treasure hoarders. We will.
So in the end, it turned out that the group of card snatchers we were tracking was the treasure hoarders alone. Still feels a little disappointing though. Paimon thought.
Don't say that. Think of the bright side. We uncovered a major international. Oh, I definitely have everything I need for my.
If anything, Paimon regrets that we didn't get to.
It seems everyone can't stop talking about that. In that case, how would everyone like to join?
Huh? You mean it's related to genius?
That's right. I would have invited Sino along too if he was. Oh, really? But didn't you say before that you can't disclose customer? Yeah, but this time the situation's different. Let's just say this delivery wasn't just. This package had been sitting at the company for some time because we could never locate the recipient. Even the neighbors didn't know where he went.
Oh, so the company eventually took ownership?
Yep. The holding period passed just last. But can't you just return it to the original sender? Well, it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. And I thought both the original sender and intended recipient would be disappointed. So, I took the initiative and started asking around Sumeru in my free time. Eventually, I found out where the recipient
Comment
was,
est-ce que tu
and
t'es
also
renseigné à
learned a
Sumeru?
little
On
about
vient
his past.
d'arriver et qu'est-ce qu'on a fait? On a été pourchassé par des pilleurs de trésors.
Wow.
Comment est-ce que tu as eu du temps libre à Sumeru en fait?
Well, I have a feeling that it'll be good to have some true genius invocation. Oh, sounds like another news story brewing. I'll tag a.
Huh? Oh, now Paimon, what do you think, Traveler? Shall we join her?
All right, then follow me to the.
Ok. Là on te suit.
The clues pointed to Vamara Village, but I'm not sure if we. Guess we'll have to ask around.
Any idea what the recipient looks like?
I only know his name is Garvapitum and that he's a scholar from the academia.
Garvapitum. Got it.
Ok, bah cherchons Garupinam.
Hi there. Do you know where Garvapitum lives?
I'm afraid.
He's a scholar.
Oh, yes, there is a scholar around here, but. Are you sure you've got the right name?
Sounds like he doesn't know.
Ok. Non mais il faut traverser en plus, ils sont pas chiants.
Hey there. We're looking for a scholar named
Garvapitum? Wait, do you mean that newcomer?
Oh, someone just moved here?
Yes, that's right. He looked pretty anxious, though. I've seen him speaking with the village head. Probably looking for a place to... Vamara Village is the perfect place to take a vacation and relax. Which...
Got it. Thank you. We'll go talk to the head.
Don't mention it. If life is ever treating you hard, you can always come and live...
D'accord. Oui, on viendra vivre ici plus tard, madame.
Hello. Are you the head of the village?
Yes, that's me.
Do you know where a scholar by the name of Garvapitum lives? We'd like to talk to him.
Garvapitum.
You know him?
Yes, I do. He came here to rent a place to stay, but hardly anyone's ever seen him come out since he moved in. I don't know if that's his way of unwinding, but I'd say, are you...
Yeah, you can.
Her tails are moving again.
Ah, I see. I was thinking he's staying up above. Look for the house in the corner.
Great! Thank you very much!
Don't mention it. I just want to see people.
This is the place. Let's try knocking and see. Hello? Anybody home?
Yes, that's me.
Hello, Mr. Garverpitum. I'm Kirara. I have a delivery from Komania Express.
A package.
Yes, it's from a Mr. Gulab.
What? Gulab? But how is that possible?
Yes, it seems your friend submitted the package to our...
Friend? Some friend I am. There was nothing I could do about his illness.
Don't say that. After all, you and Gulab are the creators of Genius Invocation TCG. I'm sure Gulab would have been...
Say what? He's one of the creators of
Why? Why does it...
If you don't mind, perhaps you could talk to us about it. It would probably help you feel...
You're right. You really wouldn't mind listening? All right then. It's not much. I knew Gulab ever since we were kids. We were classmates, and other than the bandages on his arms, you could hardly tell he had Elazar. He was always positive, peaceful. Later, we both entered the academia, and he became a Ratawahis Dastu.
If I remember correctly, that's a pretty high position.
Yes, but before long, the Elazar got worse. After that, he became bedridden. He received treatment. I would go see him in the hospital every day. Even though...
He must have been worried that he was taking time from your own...
I know. But I couldn't bear to just leave him. Like, we would have some free time whenever I visited him, so we took some cards. Over time, those cards became the basis for Genius. It's not only a game. When we were designing it, I deliberately I was originally waiting for him to recover, so we could study the subject together.
Aw, don't be sad. Genius, not to mention, a lot of people are enjoying it.
After he passed, but every time I looked up, all I could see was his silhouette. I know it was all in my head, though.
Paimon understands. Paimon wouldn't ever be able to get used to being away from the Traveler.
Yes, everyone else has told me that I have to move on and embrace the fun, but to be honest, without Gulab...
Garvapitum, perhaps you should see what your friend sent you in the package.
Right. What's this?
My dear friend, you must be wondering why I'm leaving you a letter like this. It's because...
Hey, Gulab, I'm here. How are you feeling today? I gotta tell you, I had an idea for another card last night. Huh? What's that you're writing?
It's nothing.
Okay. Anyway, up for a game?
You don't have to visit every day, you know. You should be focusing on your work at the academia.
Hey, enough of that. I'll keep visiting until you've fully recovered. Besides, I can't stand most of the folks at the academia anyway. Hey, it's your turn. Gulab, are you okay?
Garvapitum, you must understand. My Elazar.
Hey, don't talk like that. You just...
need some more rest. It's because you won't come to terms with the fact that I don't have long left. Guess what? This game we invented is getting pretty popular here in the hospital.
Really? That's great news.
Yeah. I've even made a device to help people find other players nearby. Here, this one's for you. This way, you'll be able to keep playing even after I'm—
Just stop! You're gonna get better, you hear me? I don't need this thing. I don't want it!
I imagine the casket of tomes I gave you is probably gathering dust in a corner somewhere. So, this is my last gift to you. I'm sorry that I could only give it to you now. Do you remember when we first met? You were the only one willing to be friends with the kid with Elazar. Now, it's my turn to help you make some new friends. This way, I'll always be by your side, my friend.
Gulab.
I haven't played much Genius Invocation myself. As a true TCG player put it, the game allows many people to meet others, make friends.
That's right! We've seen that firsthand on our journeys. Paimon could tell you those stories if you're interested.
Thank you all for your kind words. You're right. Gulab. I've always kept your casket of tomes. It was so special for you to draw me a card like this. What a waste. If he were here now, I know. Hey friends, how about a game of Genius Invocation?
Garthapidum seems to be feeling better. Paimon even saw him crack a smile when he was playing just now.
It always takes time to heal from pain from the past, but I think this is a good—
Yeah, it was a good thing that Kirara kept track of that package, even when they were unable to—
When my boss asked me to take care of it, I had a feeling that it must somehow be delivered. I couldn't just let it be abandoned.
Would you say that was your yokai intuition kicking in?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I guess I just didn't want to let the sender— Anyway, I think this is where we'll say—
Oh. Are you going—
That's right. Who would have guessed that I'd still get such a quality story after the tournament had finished? It's going to take me a few days just to draft the articles alone. Oh, by the way, I still haven't had the chance to interview you two after all that we've witnessed on this journey together. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah! You could say the best thing we got out of this adventure was the new friends we made.
I understand. I'll be sure to work your comments into my Just be sure to buy a copy of the Steambird when you visit Fontaine. And I should get ready to head back to Inazuma. I still have to report everything to my boss. Will do. I'm sure we'll all see— And maybe we'll play Genius Invocation TCG if we have the chance.
Eh ben oui, on va bientôt arriver à Fontaine normalement, hein. Dans 2 mois à peu près. Hop. Et ben voilà, c'est terminé. Donc l'histoire c'est fait. Bah maintenant on n'a plus qu'à faire les mini-jeux, hein. Il est là-bas.
I see everything right here, right now.
Be still.
Everyone hold hands.
Steps back.
A sight to behold. Emerge right here, right now. Get Get with me! Out of my way!
Voilà, tamponné.
Our bond is strong!
Hop. Oui, je vais jouer. Au collègue. Depuis la partie, faites action. Les deux joueurs obtiennent 2 charges pour chacun de leur personnage, ok. Le coup, la première carte d'action utilisée par chaque joueur dans chaque manche est diminuée de 2. Ok. On va prendre Neida, Ayato et Otao. Voilà. C'est parti. L'incapacité de une petite chose, vous avez moins entendu le cas de regarder l'environnement. Moi, ça peut être bien.
Time to broaden our horizons again.
Vous attaquez en premier.
You stay condemned.
Phase d'action. On peut déjà mettre ça. Vas-y, on applique le Tenrou sur tout le monde. Tout le monde y passe.
Nowhere to run.
Send one, send them all.
Ok. D'accord. Oh, pas mal de pyro.
It's not time to surrender yet. Covenants of the Deep.
Ok. Ouais, non, on lui fait mal. Très mal. Et ouais, de toute façon, on peut plus changer. Ah si, je pouvais changer. C'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. Quel ce soit. Ok. D'accord.
Surrender.
Well, this ought to be entertaining.
Time to broaden the horizons again. This might hurt a little. Strat, which card should I play here?
Ouais, elle a perdu, je pense. Je pense qu'elle a perdu.
What did Master teach me again?
Fin de la manche, bah t'as perdu de toute façon.
Share my knowledge.
Voilà, on a gagné.
A new cycle begins.
Ensuite, il y a toi, ouais, il y en a encore deux à faire ici. Juste là. Ok. Ok, alors. Bah voilà, c'était très rapide. Et le deuxième. Et il y a le 5 aussi. 5 c'est sur 5 ans. Ok. Non, ça fait rien. Le 2, bah, il ne fonctionne plus maintenant qu'il fonctionne. Ça peut pas être ici en fait. Le 4 on peut pas mettre lui. Non. Sur le 1. Pas l'enlever. Ah bah non. Il n'y a plus rien qui fonctionne. Là j'ai compris qu'il fallait un comme ça. Ah voilà. D'accord. Bon. Voilà. Ça c'est fait. Et maintenant faisons ça. Ça on en a encore fait aucun. J'ai pas TP au bon endroit. Bonjour. Vous pouvez éliminer les ennemis pour obtenir des dés d'invocation. Pendant cet élément et des dés omni, passer le personnage de certains types supplémentaires de votre équipe augmente les chances d'obtenir des dés de même type. Chaque personnage d'un élément spécifique augmente les chances que des dés de ce même élément apparaissent. Cette augmentation diminue à mesure que le nombre de personnages de cet élément augmente. Vous conservez 4 2 maximum une fois cette limite atteinte. D'accord. D'accord. Ouais, et puis après le score, ok. Bah on va essayer, écoute, j'ai pas tout compris, mais... Qui n'essaye rien à rien, hein. On va prendre Raiden, toi et toi. Écoute, commencer. Je sais pas trop. Ok. On les tue plus trop facilement en fait. Hein. En même temps, ils sont niveau 40. C'est bon, je pense que je vais tuer en 2 secondes le proche. Comme ça pendant une minute, ça va être long. Hein.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's... Now you shall perish! You're toast!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
I'm going in!
Shine down. Torn to oblivion.
Bon, c'est pas très intéressant ce game
Illusion
finalement.
shattered.
Everybody stand!
Fallen leaves, adorn. Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape. Shine down.
I'm going in!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Ok. C'est terminé. Peut-être augmenter la difficulté un peu parce que c'était vraiment trop facile là. On va juste augmenter un peu la difficulté, monsieur. C'était trop facile. Oh non, on modifie un peu plus. Et là, c'est quoi? Ouais, prenons la même équipe, elle est bien. Hop. Et comme je la joue plus trop en ce moment, ça me permet de la rejouer. 70.
One with nature. Clouds high. The bird
Teamwork is dreamwork! You're toast!
Inazuma shines eternal.
Alors, c'est toujours très mal. Hein.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
I'm going in!
Torn to oblivion. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds.
Everybody stand!
Inazuma shines eternal.
Sincèrement, ce système de dés, je ne comprends rien.
Let's
Pas
light it
trop
up!
ce qu'il faudrait.
Going in! You're toast!
Ça sert à rien.
Fallen leaves, adorn. Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me. Torn to oblivion.
C'est surtout le chien en fait.
Shine down. Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my...
I'm going in! Get them! Eat this!
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
Ok. Oui, on continue, monsieur. On a les gardiens des ruines et tout. Ouais, bon, on va garder la même équipe. Hein. C'est parti. Là, par contre, ils nous offrent pas de personnages. Après, les mobs sont niveau 40, donc c'est pas très grave encore, mais...
Torn to oblivion. Shine down. Into the wind. Clouds high. The bird.
Everybody stand back! After that dance, into the fire! power shines eternal. There is no escape.
The wind knows me. Falling leaves.
Teamwork is strength. Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Clouds high.
Going in. Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Into the wind. Falling leaves.
Adore teamwork is strength. Eat this. There is no escape. Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered.
Clouds high. The bird.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
The wind knows me. Falling leaves.
Et voilà. Allez, encore un dernier à faire. Ça fait mal aux doigts et désolé pour le bruit. Hein. Mince. Hop. Et le dernier du coup, je vais viser quoi? C'était ça. Téléphone. On va changer, tiens, on va prendre la team Naïda. Agato, Yae, Naïda et Cookie. Voilà.
Stand with me. Lightning. Right here, right now.
Kamisato Art. Suiyu!
Hey! The Temple of Wisdom!
I'm always watching. Right here, right now.
Be still.
Bon, c'est un gameplay un peu plus...
Committed to memory. Share my knowledge.
The depths beckon.
I'll settle this. Right here.
I see everything.
Cascade.
Nothing lasts forever. Right now, right here, right now.
Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom.
Kamisato Art. Suiyu!
Out of my way! Wait. I'm always watching. Emerge, right here. I'll settle this.
I see everything.
Mind the deluge.
Make yourselves at home.
Out of my way!
Cascade.
Hey!
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge, right now.
Share my knowledge.
Kamisato Art. Suiyu!
Emerge, right here.
Ok, bah voilà, on a terminé l'événement du coup. a tout eu. Ok, bah ça c'est fait. On a combien de chromogènes du coup? 22 300, ce qui me fait 129 vœux. Ouais, donc j'ai presque 200 vœux. Donc en vrai, ça le ferait en 200 vœux. Voilà, donc on veut faire la quête de Baizhu, on a encore le temps, donc c'est parti. Ah, Liu.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu.
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Quay. What's going on?
Hi, traveler.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost.
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little...
So, what about your...
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people.
Genshin can help. She has a good...
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Chengsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be a... Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy.
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu?
Chengsheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition?
Yes, Uncle... Doctor.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall...
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite.
Is that so? Ayu? By any chance, is your mother's name...
Whoa, yeah, it is! Do you know my mom?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search.
Don't forget us two! We already told Ayu that we'd help!
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is...
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu?
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either.
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new development?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched...
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh,
sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying. Can you hear me?
Look! There's somebody over there! Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further! Watch where you're going! Oh, dear customer. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but... Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao! My, who do we have here? My worst nightmare. I see she still hasn't...
Thank you, Director.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me?
Are you?
Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor.
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor.
Ah, bonsoir, muscle fiche.
Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to
Ah bah
see the
d'accord.
doctor. Wait. Why do I need to see the doctor?
Bonsoir, bonsoir.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to
Comment
the
allez-vous?
pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Get us on us next time. Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you? Huh? Why not? What's the... Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're... Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
Moi j'ai fin Genshin. Ouais, t'as fini Genshin. Oui, t'as fini ce qu'il fallait faire, ce qui est disponible pour l'instant. Et techniquement, Genshin n'est même pas fini lui-même. Donc,
There are traces of god remains in Jia Liang's system.
Yes, but More importantly, they're on the
Du
verge
coup,
of an
j'imagine que
outburst.
ça fait un petit moment que tu joues,
If
toi.
that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
I'm sorry. What?
God.
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I
Ouais.
have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the
Moi
sworn
aussi, ça fait un petit
duty
moment
of
que
all
je
who
joue.
practice medicine to cure illnesses and
Mais ça
save
fait plusieurs mises à
lives.
jour que je joue pas, donc
Reason
je
that I
rattrape mon
have
retard
to neglect
avant
a
la sortie de
patient in need
Fontaine.
who is right. Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular.
Je joue
Perhaps
depuis
out of respect
2021.
for him,
Ouais, moi aussi, à
you
peu
could
près.
give me a day's grace so that I have...
Now you're bringing my great uncle
Sur ce
into this.
compte-là, c'est depuis juin
Baizhu,
2021.
just what are you planning this time?
Ou 2022, je sais plus. Je crois que c'était 2021.
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course...
Oh, really?
Non, le jeu est sorti en 2020, j'avais commencé en juin. Ouais, c'est ça. Juin 2021.
You're being unusually generous. Okay, deal. We're not going to solve anything by keeping geology. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great...
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves... Blockages within the cardiovascular system. I see. I suppose this must have come...
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it?
Don't you worry.
Et franchement,
He's a really great doctor.
cette mise à jour, elle est pas ouf.
Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Il y a pas grand-chose à faire, je trouve.
Started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But...
So it's been a long time indeed. No. I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, you will...
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu.
Après, il y a l'événement en ce moment qui est bien.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel
Bon,
free
c'est
to
le
hang
seul
around
truc
for as long as
intéressant
you
de la
wish.
mise à jour.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus. When...
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that some...
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chung Chung.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Je joue à quoi d'autre? Alors, je joue vraiment à tous les jeux qui existent. Non, pas tout, mais genre, je joue à Zelda. Je joue beaucoup à Zelda en ce moment. Dreamlight Valley, les Sims, Animal Crossing. Genshin, du coup. Je joue aussi à des Assassin's Creed. Ouais, je joue un peu à tout, mais en ce moment, c'est surtout Zelda. Zelda, ouais. Zelda, Genshin. Ah oui, Zelda, oui, meilleur jeu.
You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can...
Non, je l'ai pas fini. Je l'ai pas encore fini. Je suis à... Je crois que je suis à 50 heures de jeu. Un peu plus de 50 heures. Et non, j'ai toujours pas fini. Je prends mon temps.
Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on...
Guilty as charged. So, we were... Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quick?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against... Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up. So our ancestors started purifying the air, and these days...
En fait, c'est la quête de Baizhu. Hein. Pourquoi est-ce que Yautao... Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait là?
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so...
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's young...
Wow, fancy that! Huh.
According to my grandpa, he and my great uncle once went traveling together when they. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great uncle. Because after that encounter, he suddenly announced
Oui, il a
he
complètement
wanted to
changé de voix
leave
du
the
coup. À la
family
base, il
business
travaillait pour un
and go practice
funérarium,
medicine instead.
donc pour les morts, hein.
My
Et il a
grandpa had a
commencé
huge
à
argument with
travailler
him,
pour la médecine.
but he couldn't convince him to. So
Ça
my
n'a rien à
grandpa
voir.
inherited the funeral parlor, while my great uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng funeral parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic, but according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell, but even that says to me that one thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything
Il
to
est
do with
obsédé
what
par
he's
l'immortalité.
hiding is hard to say.
Il serait
Anyway,
immortel?
so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation.
Mhm.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than
Baizhu
answers.
serait-il immortel?
Never mind.
On est entre 8h et 10h. On attend.
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jialiang is doing.
Dad!
Oh,
Dad, you remember me!
yes. I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiangli,
you're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Farm.
Director Who, do you have any further reservations?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. But how did you accomplish this?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may... Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng funeral.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
Ouais, bon, Baizhu et Utao, ils sont pas drôles.
I've been stuck indoors for too long.
Ah, yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Jiangshang and my...
Il est malade.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from every...
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave traveler? Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jiali. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his...
Sa force vitale. Mais...
Baizhu,
Eh bien, monsieur...
please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this, I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him...
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, I was treating patience with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods.
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. He must find a traveler. Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity?
Thank you, traveler.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you, but there's no need to thank us.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to... Yes. I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a... Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look... As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu...
C'est parti, allons enquêter du coup. Pour comment a-t-il été empoisonné? Telle est la question que tout le monde se pose.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa Village many times in the past.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the...
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying along...
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met...
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiang Li or her family in the future...
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to...
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained...
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to
What the... Okay, that was the...
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll...
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
Huh. You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poison...
The gall of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off...
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison...
this is getting crazier and crazier. Hey, why has everyone gone quiet? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in his secret compartment. You mean Jialiang? Why would he poison himself? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here. Huh? So you're saying... it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either.
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li...
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety...
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jialiang about it once he has made more progress. Yes. According to the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases, the minor loads will disappear. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jialiang's system without the need for any... Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepta? Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful... With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthy... Stronger and healthier? What? Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with...
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying... Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're... Mannequin Man! This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand.
Je pense que ça va être un truc du genre...
Is there any way at all for us to seek
la
counsel
personne
from the
qui a le
Adepti
serpent
about
sur le cou,
this?
je ne sais pas dire son prénom, elle devient immortelle ou un truc du genre.
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to... What?
Seems
Je
you're
pense
as
que ça
well
devrait être
connected
un
as
truc
they say, traveler.
Et du coup, c'est pour ça que Baizhu il est
Fortunate to
malade,
have you on our side.
mais il meurt pas.
Oh. If you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Gets Paimon every time. Are all adepti in the habit of materializing at a...
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure of the lantern rite when we met briefly. I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has been concocting too often. Fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundation. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land. Before it was subdued by Rex Lapis, the land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa Village was founded sometime. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolute, but when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. I do not wish to sway decisions that are more... Immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master.
Farewell.
What a strange adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember. That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete...
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips.
Master, there's a problem.
Quay? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch...
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the...
Already? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3...
It seems that my worst fears have been Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Dad! What's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious.
Quay, please take Jiaoliang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baizhu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jiaoliang?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, wait, where's Dr. Baizhu?
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for too... I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to...
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you...
I suppose you're right. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Tia. Huh? Hey!
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time.
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baizhu! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer...
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he...
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system... Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient... Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to...
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many... I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's...
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this, to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order...
Well, I think that it's... In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to... Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period, and given that she's already been missing for several days...
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jialiang!
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at... After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure...
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting...
No! We're out of... Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you...
I never expected to live this long in the first place. There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before...
Very well. Then follow me.
Dr. Baizhu? Are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th.
Doctor,
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time.
Okay.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source...
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious...
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe...
No, I have to keep...
This place gives the digging marks here appear amateur. And rather... A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure...
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd... But she... She said that the method would cause me to...
Easy, Jialiang. Be still.
Right here. Right now. Right here. Ha! Stand with me.
Mind the side effects. Yeah.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster-repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some... No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presents...
That's right. This sensor. It belongs... This is where... I told Jiang Li to get...
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She... I can feel it. We're getting close.
almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Everyone hold here. Emerge. Right here. Our bond is strong.
Mind the deluge.
The doctor will see.
Taking a turn for the better. Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back. A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition. Much as the poison, if we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that...
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's... It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember, the poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remain. If the source is purged, the poison in his system... and the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition... Oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged...
I wondered when this...
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all, Baizhu, you're a great doctor. Surely you gotta know of some other...
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli...
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you. Right up until the moment when she lost...
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does...
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But
what would be the... Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains.
If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see IU grow up is already... If my choice can bring Jiang Li back...
Jia Liang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown some... Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that...
Jia Liang.
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death...
What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jia Liang's life, and now...
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting, at least? That's what generations of masters...
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who... I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of...
When all this began, we agreed that once IU was old enough to help you gather herbs... If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue. So, I know that... I've said my goodbyes. My time has come.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. And the...
I'll take it. At the very least, it will...
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, IU. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live... Oh, how I would love to hear...
Jialiang! 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 Dad, are you awake?
Jiang Li, didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me?
Dr. Baizhu, I...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now...
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its... Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it, whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years. I'm as interested as you. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it...
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for... In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, and even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before—
Oops. And,
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret.
Never underestimate.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu. And...
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion. At times like this, a grand...
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu.
Yay! Paimon count! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh...
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so...
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing...
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from...
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, but I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang still... Not just that. You even managed to improve upon the original form. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you...
Told you the truth would surface sooner.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies.
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art... When I treated Jialiang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but there is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed...
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the gods... What am I saying? The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using it. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then, are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, haven't given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that...
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to transfer men. Can you still stop before it's too...
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes, and said even Dad'll be able to taste.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you. Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the...
There's no need to worry, Jiangli.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiangli mean by not around anymore? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiangli. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the...
It is a very long story.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract
will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts...
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the... Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer...
So, Baizhu...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles.
Huh? But...
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to perish from losing her. Precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me.
But isn't wanting to have it all? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up to...
For one?
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler! What are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can... I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to...
True. And yet, although we call them... Are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to...
Ok, et ben c'est comme ça que c'est terminé. Bon, elle était pas mal l'histoire, mais la quête a été pas mal, mais ça reste bon, c'est pas la meilleure. Du coup, on en apprend un peu plus sur Baizhu. En plus, Baizhu, c'est un personnage qu'on connaît depuis longtemps, la Genshin. Donc, ça reste intéressant de connaître son histoire. Et puis voilà. Bah, du coup, on va s'arrêter là, je pense. Ouais. Donc voilà, donc j'espère que ça vous a plu. On se retrouve du coup pour un prochain live demain normalement sur Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, et mercredi prochain sur Genshin. Mercredi prochain du coup ce qu'on ferait c'est la quête de Yoimiya, et voilà, on verra bien ce qu'on fera, sûrement la quête de Yoimiya, voilà. Donc moi je vous dis à la prochaine pour un prochain live, et puis à plus.